Hey guys, welcome to another week of Witch Baby Wednesdays. This week, because it is Valentine's Day week, of course I'm going to give you some self-love spells. So if that's something that you are interested in, keep on watching. Hey guys, Darian here from Darian Empire. Thank you so much for being here, for coming back if you have been following me for a while or if you just started following me. And if you're new here, definitely subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. If you enjoy this video, I have quite a few others like this. This is only, I think, maybe the 5th or 6th episode of this particular series on witches and witchcraft. I'm really just sharing my own journey into the craft and my love, and I'm just sort of following that. But for many years I have been teaching about mysticism, about the law of attraction, about really out there esoteric spiritual teachings, but also making them really real and relatable. So if that's something that swings towards your pendulum, I don't know if that makes any sense. If your pendulum swings that way, then definitely subscribe. All right, so today I want to share some self-love spells with you. I have kind of pulled these from other people, so I'm definitely going to be doing my very best to give credit where credit is due if I can. I mean, I know a lot of spells come from a lot of different places, and when you find spells online, that's not necessarily the origins, but I do want to express to you that I didn't necessarily create these spells. I am kind of putting my own personal twist on them. Spells are very much like recipes, you know? Somebody can share a recipe online, or share a recipe with a friend, and you will alter it to your liking. So something that felt really, really powerful to me, I kind of shifted some things. So because it is Valentine's Day weekend, or Valentine's Day week, first I want to say happy Valentine's Day. I am single, so I will not be spending Valentine's Day with, I mean, I don't know, actually, you never know. I could be spending Valentine's Day with a certain particular man, to which I don't know who he is at this point, even though Valentine's Day is in 2 days. You never know. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Or I could be spending Valentine's Day with the most magnificent of all, the goddess myself. Hello. So I thought that I would share with those of you that are going to be spending Valentine's Day alone, or even if you're not, I think it would really be a great time to, at any point, to honor yourself, give this self-love to yourself, whether it's Valentine's Day or not. My first idea came from, I gotta give Bahati Life a little shout out. Jess from Bahati Life. Recently she did a video where she shared a goddess milk bath that was similar to the milk bath that Cleopatra used to do. So I love this concept of using a goddess milk bath for a sort of self-love spell and ritual. I just love the idea. So I wanted to share that. There's a couple different things that I want to share. The recipe for this milk bath is essentially milk, obviously. So you can use about 2 cups of, a lot of people use powdered milk. Obviously, I would use organic if I were you. And also, I guess you could use goat's milk. I don't know if you can find that somewhere. I've heard that you can use buttermilk as well. I personally am not going to soak in nothing that's not organic. That's my own personal thing. I have heard people ask the question, can I soak in almond milk instead? Honestly, I don't know, but I have heard that you can definitely soak in almond oil, so I don't really know. Obviously, again, I drink organic almond milk. You might want to research that a little bit more, but okay, let's just get to it. So 2 cups of the powdered milk. Make sure it's organic. Okay. Put it in like a little bowl, you know what I'm saying? You can also add a little bit of honey Again, this is just something that was, said that Cleopatra may have used. Honey is very enriching when it comes to spell aspect of it. Honey is also used in like abundance spells. I believe it's used in love spells as well. So there's just this like really juicy quality to that. Adding rose petals, I mean, come on, we know why. I don't need to explain why to you. And then also it's said that Cleopatra would also add lavender to her bath. You can add lavender oil if you don't have access. I feel like it's a lot easier to get roses than it is to get lavender, depending on where you are. And some of our urban witches, it's not really going to be that easy to get lavender unless you're growing it yourself. That's a whole other thing. So that is the essential bare bones of the recipe. You of course can add, you can add like Epsom salt. I think Himalayan salt would be maybe a better choice just because that's a little bit more loving. It's pink, You can bring rose quartz. You can put a rose quartz either in the bath or next to you in the bath. And so that's pretty much how to prepare the bath. You definitely want to mix everything prior to putting it. So maybe take some hot water, mix it with everything that I just spoke of, all the ingredients that I just shared. Mix that all together and then put it in the bath. It works a little bit better that way. Of course, if you're using fresh rose petals, you can just kind of sprinkle them. If you're using dried rose petal, I mean, it's really up to you how you want to do that. Do it intuitively. Of course, you can add whatever feels good to you in there. Jess from Bahati Life was talking about how she loves jasmine as well and adding jasmine. So that's like the sort of ingredients. Here are some other things that I would add to just taking the bath. So you could just take a bath. You could just leave it at that. And you could just be like, okay, I'm just going to take a bath. It's going to be great. And then you can turn it into a spell and a ritual. This is what I would do, okay? I got this from like a random blog online. Not the entire spell, but just the idea. So what they did in this spell, it was just self-love spells. And they took a birthday candle and they used that for their candle magic because it was sort of essentially celebrating the birth of you. So it's a birthday candle to celebrate the birth of you. Essentially what they did was they took a birthday candle, they sort of melted the wax on the other side of it, and they placed it on top of, I'm going to place it on top of a little selenite plate thing that I have, anointing the candle with jasmine oil. I have jasmine anointing goddess oil. You can anoint the candle with whatever feels good to you. Your intention coupled with the physical aspects is kind of the power. That's what creates the power. You could sort of light the candle, put it next to your rose quartz, which just of course is for love, feels very loving. Here's what I would do as far as like your real practice, your real intention. This is where we add our mindset to it. So you could do the physical stuff, you could have fun with it, you could go with that, you could roll with it, whatever you want. If you want to really make it, and if you really want to access the magic of it, here's what I personally am going to do, and I'm just sharing this with you. I will be, and I would suggest you do this or find your own way of kind of doing this, writing a list of every single thing that I love about myself. I then will be sitting with that, sort of meditating on that, lighting the candle, celebrating the birth of myself. Everything I love about myself as a human being, and sitting with that, appreciating myself. Then I would write another list of everything I want to create within myself. So for instance, what it's going to look like is when I write this list, this is the list that I am then going to infuse this energy. So the first list is going to help me lift my vibrations and get connected with myself and what I already love about myself, and the power of love for myself and just stepping into my own power. The second list is my intention is when I step into and soak into this bath, I am infusing the bath and the ingredients with this list, because this list is going to be who I want to become physically and mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, who I want to transform into, who I want to create of myself, how I want to expand and grow, right? If I want my body to look a certain way, what will that look like? If I want it to feel a certain way, how will that feel in my body? If I want my hair to grow longer, if I want it to be shinier, if I want, I can get down to the nitty gritty of the physicalities. Who I want to be, I want to feel like a queen. My goal is when I step into this bath, it is a portal. I am transforming. This bath is transforming me. So I am infusing it with my intention of what I will be when I come out of this bath. So my soaking is, I'm sort of soaking in, I'm coming into it already knowing that I love myself when I'm getting into the bath. But that when I get into the bath, I am then becoming a new version of not better version that who I am isn't good, but the version of myself that I wish to be, right? We're ever expanding. So it's sort of the version of myself that my soul is already expanded into, right? I'm coming into alignment with my soul. I'm walking out of this bath a queen. And so my intention is when I go into it, I feel that energy. And so I would light that candle for love of the birth of my flesh. And then I would sit in prayer. I would cast my circle. If you don't know how to cast a circle, just look it up. I'm going to do a video on how to cast a circle. But essentially, you just protect yourself, call in the elements if you feel connected to elements, and call in, if you want to call in just source, God, if you don't have any particular goddesses or gods or angels, if you want to call angels, call whoever you want in. I particularly would like to call in Venus, goddess Venus, because goddess Venus is connected to, of course, love, self-love. You might want to call in Athena, Aphrodite. Just look up maybe goddesses of love, goddesses of self-love, whatever feels good to you. I would definitely focus more on the positive aspect of it. This isn't like, oh, I'm healing all this painful shit, right? We're in a waxing moon right now. We're building wealth and beauty and love. This isn't destructive magic during this time. So we want to do constructive magic. So we don't want to bring up any I'm not worthy stuff. We want to do a focus our energy on what does make me worthy. What is a part of me that I do like, that I do enjoy? What parts of me that I love? What parts of me are magnificent? And then what do I want to grow those further? How do I want to expand on that? So for me personally, when I step into that bath, so I'm going to be I'll give you an idea of what it's going to look like. I'll probably sage myself before I even get into, maybe even sage the bathroom, I don't know, sage myself. And we'll be lighting the candle while I'm writing the list. And that be probably pre-soak. And me just really appreciating myself, taking that time for myself, just enjoying. I might be, curled up in bed while I'm doing that, something like that. And I would envision that energy of who I want to become, right? Read that list, feel it. You have to feel it. And I would, of course, ask the goddess, ask whoever I call in, ask source to channel its energy through me as I could be standing like this over the water. I could be stirring it clockwise and setting the intention that the energy come through my body, through my finger. I can imagine white light of divine energy moving through me, maybe it's pink light, because that's self-love, whatever feels good to you. Maybe it's the color that embodies the woman or man you're becoming, whatever feels right to you. And you can envision that light of that color infusing itself into the bath as you stir it. And then you set it, and so it is, right? And set the intention, when I come into this bath, I will become new. Ask the water to refresh you and to transform you. Ask the elements that you're placing into the water to also do the same. You can actually speak to those elements, speak to the herbs, speak to the rose petals, speak to those and ask those elements to help in assisting you to become the goddess that you wish to be, the embodiment of goddess. That's pretty much it. I mean, you can really work it out in your own way. I mean, you could do anything. Like, I'm thinking you can then sleep naked. You could give yourself a full body oil massage after that, and then just be transformed and be in that essence and choose. It's really a matter of you allowing the choice to come through and you just making that decision. I am healed, I am whole. So like, needing the bath isn't really necessary, but it makes it juicy for the body to experience the transformation. And you know, I'm not the only one speaking here. And I said that earlier today. I was talking to a friend of mine and I heard myself say, it just kind of spoke through me, that the reason I love doing spell work and ritualistic work and using these physical things is because it gives the body the ability to experience magic. The body. The mind and the spirit is constantly experiencing magic. We have less limitations, so we're able to experience, but when you add these ingredients, it gives the body the opportunity to experience magic. You know, when you have a loved one with you and you hold their hand or you kiss them or hold them in your arms, it's not just the physical work that's making the magic there. That's not, I mean, you're just holding hands. That's none of that really means much. It's the fact that you have such a deep intention and love for one another that allows the body to experience touch, love, bliss, and connection. Which is interesting because our bodies are separate, but when we couple it with the magic of love and intention and spirituality and just good feeling things, when we couple it with that, then the body is able to experience magic. So I'm just gonna leave you with that. All right. I talked a lot. Hopefully I can edit this vid down. We'll see. I hope that you all enjoy your beautiful Valentine's days, either with yourself or with your loved ones, or just pretending that the day doesn't even exist and just moving along your life and it just being another day, because it really is just another day. If you have your own self-love spells, if you have your own love spells to share, I would definitely love to see them. I definitely want to know what you thought about this one. Shout out to all the inspiration that I got on the internet to create this my version of this spell. And I definitely want to see some results from you guys. I want to hear the results. I want you to come back, let me know. Maybe hit me up on Instagram. Maybe send me a little shot of your ritual. I would love to see it, whether you DM me or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I would love to see that, and I would love to connect with you on a deeper level, obviously. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. If you have been watching this long and you're not already subscribed, you should be subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss one of these videos, and I will see you guys on the next video.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to connect with me outside of YouTube, head on over to my Instagram to say hello, watch behind the scenes stuff, and check out any special announcements that I might have going on. Now, if you haven't already, head over and watch one of these awesome videos and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video, guys.
Trace of the